Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as That Mama 5. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. So today's video, I'm just going to dive straight into what's on ground. Initially, I was not going to put my input or my opinion out there, but this video is about the video an sex video that came live on the internet sometimes last week, which involves where we're told the children involved were from Chrisland school, and this incident happened when they went on a games competition to Dubai or something, and it was said that some parents actually went with their children. So what actually transpired in that video was that there was a girl whom we were told was 10, and the boy in question in the video was the boy she was having SES with was 10, 11 or something. I think the age of these children were really not really clearly specified, but looking at those children, they probably should be between the ages of 11 and 13. And there's been a lot of here and there, like the mom came out claiming that her daughter was RAPE, that she was a VIRGIN before she left home for that trip. And there's been lots of videos bashing most especially mothers, and saying that the mother was a failure, that the mother did not carry out her duty as a mother, or she's lacked in that the mom, basically all the fault, all the blame was on the mom. And I've just kind of like been thinking in my head, do I really want to pour out my opinion here? And obviously I'm on the website called ageofconsent.net/world.nigeria. So it does says here that because I went on Google to ask to actually find out what the age of consent is in Nigeria, and it says that the age of consent in Nigeria is 11 years old. The age of consent is a minimum age at which an individual is considered legally old enough to consent to participation in a sexual activity. And individuals aged 10 or younger in Nigeria are not legally able to consent to sexual activity. So, right, even at that, this is not the first time. I'm sure I've got a video, I'll link that video up, where I've said that age of consent in Nigeria needs to be increased. 11 is young. It's really, really young. And from the title of this video, I've kind of like titled it that female children are actually much harder to parent. If you are a parent to a female child, I'm sure you understand where I'm coming from. I'm sure you understand what angle I am coming from. And I don't necessarily believe that the mother is to be blamed in this video. Like, the world is kind of like, the way the world is moving right now, it's kind of like moving beyond what how our own generation evolved, or the generation before us, how it evolved is totally different. Like, the generation right now, let's say from I'm in my early 30s, and I would say our children, they are that kind of generation. It's evolving rapidly, and the things you will see those children, even in terms of like the way they make a living for themselves and stuff like that. Like, if you go on the website now, or if you go on, even on YouTube, there are children of 10 years old, 11 years old on YouTube whose parents are kind of like managing their channel to help them make money. Like, when I was 11, 10 years old, I don't even have a clue, like, start fending for myself or anything like that. Right, so I'm digressing. Like I was saying, that female children are particularly difficult to parent. And in this instance, I'm just going to start from each section or each environment in this girl's life. So let's just say she's 11 years old. An 11-year-old cannot or did not just wake up one day and started participating in a sexual activity. What I would implore is that who are the people surrounding her? Has she got lots of male around her? If she's got lots of male around her, I will implore her parents to kind of like start checking how, because according to her mom said she was a virgin before she left for the activity. And obviously, to be honest, I was not on Twitter looking for this video. It was one of the Bitcoin thingy that I follow on internet on Twitter, that I saw somebody drop that video in the comment, and I was like, oh, is this the video they were saying about? So the mom came out and said that this girl was RAPE, but when you actually watch that video, it doesn't come across as RAPE. But then both the girl and the boy, they are still all minors, because they are, well, obviously age of consent says 11. So if you're going by the age of consent, they will, I would say the girl is a minor, while the boy, we're made to believe that the boy is about 11 or so. The boy is 11 and above. So this girl in question is a minor. So what I'm trying to say here is that as a parent, it takes I mean, those who said that it takes a community to like train up a child are not lying. It takes a community to train up a child. And let's say these children, you, in fact, even if you are a parent, like, you know within you that yes, you've trained your kids to the best of your knowledge. Most of the things children of nowadays doing are peer pressure. It's not as if maybe they just wake up one day and decided to do what they found themselves doing. It's mostly always peer pressure. I'm speaking from experience. Yeah, from experience as a parent who has female children. It's mostly peer pressure. And these children that we're talking about, they are quite young. I don't believe they've want to find themselves in what they've eventually found themselves doing. What I would just want to say is that it's actually so disgusting, so shameful, that people if you go on to like all these bloggers pages, like there was actually a blogger, a very popular blogger, who actually shared that video. I just want to say to people that it's not a good thing to wake up to something like that. And if eventually this video got into your hands, please stop sharing it. It's a thing of disgust to see such acts being done by minors. Even adults that we know that, yeah, they are mature enough to do stuff, they still do it secretly, like in a more matured way. But even, like, that girl was totally stark naked with no clothes on her, even though there were other boys around. To me, that doesn't come across as the girl who knew what she was doing. I felt she was under some sort of influence. That's just my opinion. You don't have to necessarily agree with it, but based on what I saw, she definitely looks like someone who was under the influence. So people came for the mom, saying they were comparing the video of the mom, like the mom who is wearing a buba to look as if she's like a proper housewife or something, that she's faking it. And then they compared the picture of where the mom was nicely dressed, where she was wearing a black trouser and stuff like that, that obviously maybe the mom taught her or something. Like, come, people should stop shading parents, where after all they're all coming for this girl's mom. It doesn't take one person to raise a child. Maybe the girl's father is no longer in the mom's life, but then it takes two to tango to make a child. And so all the blame, or whatever blame you're going to blame, shouldn't be on the mother, because there are two people in this girl's life, who is the mom and the dad. Both of them should be the one being bashed if they're going to bash anybody at all. So how people are actually blaming the mom, I don't understand. Maybe in her own way, maybe she's a breadwinner of the family, she's always away. And I believe if one partner is away being the breadwinner of the house, the other has to take responsibility over the children. It could either be the father could either be the breadwinner while the mother is looking after the child, or the mother is the breadwinner while the father or whoever around are looking after the child. So at some point, I believe the mother or the parents have some sort of blame. But I think the majority of the blame goes to the school, which is Chrisland. How can such incident happen? And you got this information. I felt the first thing you should do is get across to the parents and say it's a matter of urgency, life and death. You have to like report to us. Like, you really need to come to see us. Instead, they let that linger on. Maybe they were trying to, like, cover it up so that the story doesn't come out or the video doesn't come out. Eventually, the video came out. And I think the business of the school should be like, they should find out who actually leaked that video. Because obviously, whoever had the phone among those children will probably be one of the person. Maybe that person, maybe one of those boys shared it with somebody else, and that person posted it on the internet. So I think the school should be finding the culprits who actually shared that video, and then arrange proper counseling for these children. I just felt that Chrisland tried to cover this incident up while they were not really truthful or straightforward with the mom, because at some point I read that they took this girl to go carry out a pregnancy test on her without the parents' consent. Like, why would you do that if they are not trying to put things under the carpet? Why would you do that? I felt they should have laid everything bare to this girl's parent and to the boy's parent. Let them lay everything bare rather than cutting corners. So, and again, I read again that they had there were chaperones for the children, that the boys were kept, maybe the girls were kept on second floor and the boys were kept on 10th floor. Like, if you like, keep them on 18th floor apart. There should have been a situation whereby if they're going to be in an hotel, even all the kids can all be on the same floor of the same hotel, and let a chaperone be in each room with each kids. So if there's going to be 5 male in one room, let there be a male chaperone with those boys in one room. Nothing stops all the children from being on the same floor. But then saying that the boys are on 10th floor, the girls are on second floor, and the chaperones were going from one place to another, they were rounding up, like, that was not enough. I remember when my son went to Paris on an holiday. In fact, I'm not sure how many of the students went, but when I went to drop my son that morning, I could count at least 15 teachers who were going with those kids. So I think the school did not provide enough chaperone for these kids, and the chaperone also, obviously, they were like, you this student will not kill me. I'm not your parents. I'll just do the little bit I can do, and they need to do went to flange you. So I would say the school failed in their duty of care over these children, and they also failed in bringing the parents along in regards to what happened, because paying millions of money as school fees, that's the parents entrusting the care of their children into your hands. And if something happened while in school, while the children are in the confine of the school or in the hands of the school, is totally normal, natural for the school to get across to the parents as soon as possible to let them know. But keeping it long, like not wanting the parents to know, it's just totally wrong. The school absolutely has to take the massive blame here. And people were saying the issue of children of 10 years, what are they using mobile phone for? There are lots of apps. Nothing, like I said, children of nowadays, children of this generation, they are evolving really quick. Technology is evolving really quick. 10-year-old child having a mobile phone, it's not the end of the world. There are so many apps that you can use to clone your child's phone before you give it to them. So if they are visiting anything on their mobile phone, you can easily keep a track and see what they're doing. There's a family link on Google that can restrict some access to some pages on your children's phone. So I don't think this happened as a reason because the kids have mobile phones with them. Maybe while the children were on that all-day trip, they could have confiscated their phone maybe from 8 p.m. If the kids were to go to bed at 8 p.m., they could have taken all their phones off them, turn the phone off and take it off them, and then when they regroup back in the following morning, give it back to them, rather than allowing them keep their phone. So if they've taken that step, maybe this wouldn't have happened. But no, giving a child a mobile phone is not the cause of all of this. No, it's not a cause of all of this. So which brings me back to the fact that parents try all their possible best to train their children. Most especially, like I say, female children are much more harder to parent. I mean, when I was growing up, I was not a reckless child. I was not a child who would cause my parents grief. And I'm sure my siblings, my family are going to watch this video and they could attest to that. I was not a wayward child. And while I'm training my kids also the way my parents have brought me up, I wouldn't want my kids to be wayward. But as a parent, I can only do my utmost best to train my kids. But the thing I want you to know, that these children we are raising are actually human beings as well. They have a mind of their own. They have the thought of their own. So if you train them the best way you could, once they leave the house to go to school, they are mixing with their peers, and then they will see what other peers are doing. Do you think while your children are in school or out of your environment, you think you can actually like see everything they do out with where you are? No, you can't always see everything. I mean, kids of nowadays, even if you don't have this lock thing or restrictive mode on their mobile phones, they might visit some website, visit some pages, and once they've done that, they clear their history. Some kids have the knowledge of doing that. So if you're not a vigilant parent, there's no way you will know that. And like my someone that I know, she was like, while my kids are in my possession, I will make sure I'm putting them in the right way. But if they are out with where I can actually see what they are doing, I will only have to put them in God's hands, because you cannot all monitor the movement or every activity your child does. That's just a truth to me. That's just a simple fact there. The only thing I would say is that, yeah, Chrisland failed this girl. Social media has its own positivity and negative things. So the use of social media has to be is delicate, and it has to be properly handled. And lastly, this girl's parents also have their own form of blame as well. Because I mean, like I said, the girl did just wake up and indulge in stuff like that. It's either maybe she has been molested at some point, or she's been abused at some point by people around her, which we don't know. Because this mother was saying that she had to actually physically beat this girl before she could even open up to her, which shouldn't be, you know. So as parents, we don't know it all. We are all learning, and things, like I said, things are evolving really, really fast. So all you can do is try your possible best for your children. In as much as you are trying your possible best for your children, which is mostly what you can do, you just have to, like, in here, if the community is around, let them say. I mean, if people are telling that your child is doing this, don't caution, don't push them off, say no, my child can never do that. Listen and say thank you, and then you call your child, like, yeah, what did you do? What did I hear you do? You know. So I just thought I would just come in here and just kind of like put my own input there, that, you know what, everybody, all the community around this girl, around this boy, failed them. Most especially the school carries the most blame. And I just felt we can only do what we can do, because these children also have a mind of their own. And lastly, if you know you have a copy of that video with you, please delete it right now and stop sharing it. And it's so disgusting that people are actually asking to see that video. Like, see it for what? What do you need it for? What do you need it for? So that's just my take on this video, and I pray that, we are the ones who have these children. We will be able to eat the fruit of our labor. Like, our labor over our children will not go in vain. And I just pray that God will continue to give us the knowledge to be able to put these children right, to steer them in the right direction. So if you've got any input, if you've got any opinion, don't forget to pop them in the comment section. Let's discuss. We are all parents. I'm serious. I have 3 girls. I'm still raising girls, and I'm raising boys as well. I don't know it all. I don't know it all. So let's continue. Like, drop your comments. What do you think about all these things? Like, everything involved in this case. What do you think about it? Drop a comment in the comment section there. Let's discuss. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to like this video. Drop a comment in the comment section. Subscribe, share, and don't forget to turn on that post notification. And I will see you in another video. Catch you later. Bye.